Be ready. 10 seconds to go. Start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, sir, at a time when we are having a discussion on electoral reforms, it is pertinent to mention that nowadays the round wise counting results were fed into the Commission's website from those counting centers instantly. These results were instantly available throughout the world. The Commission had, in cooperation with the state owned media, taken several innovative and effective steps to create awareness among voters. All recognized national as well as state parties were allowed free access to the state owned media on an extensive scale for their election campaign. During the 2004 general elections, the total free time allocated to political parties was 122 hours. Another major step was in computerization of the electoral rolls in 1998, wherein the printed electoral rolls as well as CDs containing these rolls were made available to the general public and national and state parties. By 2009 general elections, the Election Commission also decided to introduce photo electoral rolls for proper verification of voters across the country. So, India has continuously witnessed electoral reforms and upgradation of its democratic processes, but there is still a need to make it more relevant and responsive. The Law Commission of India submitted its 255th report titled Electoral Reforms to the Ministry of Law. The 261-page report prepared in response to a request by the then government in January 2013 to consider the issue of electoral reforms in its entirety and suggest comprehensive measures for changes in the law. This report needs to be read with the 244th report of the Law Commission titled Electoral Disqualifications submitted on 24 February 2014 in response to a Supreme Court order passed on 15 December 2013. The two reports together provide a comprehensive assessment of the entire electoral system and how to make it more relevant and responsive. The Standing Committee on Law and Justice submitted its report on electoral reforms, Code of Conduct for Political Parties, and Anti Defection Law on August 26, 2013, and its recommendations need to be duly considered. But with big changes coming in the entire electoral processes and conducting the polls becoming more and more technical in its pursuance to achieve accuracy, one needs to review the structure of the Election Commission, which undertakes the humongous task of conducting the polls. There was a long standing demand to make the Election Commission a multi member body. The Supreme Court had also observed that when an institution like the Election Commission is entrusted with vital functions and is armed with exclusive and uncontrolled powers to execute them, it is both necessary and desirable that the powers are not exercised by one individual, however wise he may be. It also conforms to the tenets of democratic rule. With the 1993 Constitution Amendment Act, the Election Commission was made a multi-member body. The Election Commission was made a multi-member body by the government in the wake of certain controversial decisions taken by the then Chief Election Commissioner. The Act provided that the decision of all the members shall, as far as possible, be unanimous. But in case of difference of opinion among the members, the matter shall be decided according to the opinion of the majority. It was a significant step to remove a one-man show in such an important function as that of conducting elections. A single member election commission would have no longer unbridled powers. In view of the large size of the country and huge electors, an election commission also made a proposal for the appointment of regional commissions to different zones to reduce its burden. To my opinion, it is now time that we move a step ahead and make the Election Commission of India a more democratic body. Sir, the temple of democracy should justify itself with more democratic procedures so that the stakeholder at any point of time doesn't feel himself a victim of prejudice. The Election Commission of India is absolute and there is no regulation on its functioning. Especially during the course of the elections, if there arises any grievance against the functioning of the Election Commission, there is no mechanism to address it. Should there be in a democracy like India where grievances during the polls should go unheard and wait to be redressed unless the elections are over? When the challenge is to make the elections more free and fair, have more and more transparency in the system, and get a reflection of people's opinion as accurate as possible. Law has to see on the aspects of unbridled power vested on a group of people. Law should bring it under a certain framework of regulations which makes the Election Commission of India more liable to its people's will. In a democracy, what we should aim is to eliminate arbitrary and discretionary use of powers. If we can do so, only then we will be able to achieve our constitutional goals. Stop.